everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the International Real Estate Jam session. I've got quite a group of panelists here today. I've got Maya that's working out of the Miami market. I've got Ivan that's working out of Los Angeles, and hopefully Michael will come on that works out of New York. And so we'll see where we end up. But Maya has to. She's got to go pick up her kids here shortly, so we got to get on to this.
Mom duties.
Yeah, darn, all those responsibilities and being an international real estate agent too. I can imagine that's a lot of juggling you have to do. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to do this today. You know, I know that the international residential real estate market took a hit during COVID. And, you know, I wanted to get on today and talk to people that are, you know, boots on the ground. What are you guys seeing in your marketplace? And, you know, what's coming in, who's coming into the marketplace? Where are they from? Where are they migrating from? What kind of assets they're looking for, and they're looking for homes or condos. So that's really what I am hoping to hear from you guys today. And I know, Maya, you have to run pretty shortly. So if you can kind of tell us what's happening with the international clients in and around Florida, Miami mostly, I guess.
Yeah, so generally in Miami, always attract those Latin Americans clients, whether if it's Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina. And COVID did put a big hit on those kind of buyers because simply lack of traveling, and I guess they couldn't they couldn't travel, a bunch of restrictions. So the Latin American crowd was definitely less in general, unless, you know, they buy something pre-construction, which they don't have to physically be here and see the place, they see renderings and maybe they can choose. I do see a lot of movement from local people. California is one of them, to Florida, tax reasons. And Northeast New York was a very it was a very busy market for people from the Northeast. You know, Miami was always attracted to Northeast people, and I guess some California because taxes, but COVID definitely escalate things and prices went up. And it reminds me like now almost like LA prices, which every teardown in LA is 1.7 million, here it's now 1 million, but prices really drove prices up. So definitely local people are buying. And I'm actually working right now with someone from Canada. So I see Canadian are buying in Florida, which is interesting. So that's what I've been seeing mostly in Miami.
Have you seen many? I've been understanding that prior to COVID, that a lot of Russian investors or a lot of Russian homeowners were coming in there. Is that still is that starting to pick back up again?
So, you know, the Russian, and I shouldn't say demographic areas, but there is an area, it's called Sunny Isles in Florida. And for some reason, it attracted more, you know, people from Russia in general. So I don't work as much in Sunny Isles, but I know that over there also the inventory is shrinking. Now, I don't know if they are buying. I'm not sure, actually. That I cannot tell you. But it was, at some point, it was a big trend of big, you know, Russian community buying here in Miami. And whether they do it now, that I cannot say because I just don't work in that location as much.
Okay. What about people from the UK? Are you getting wealthy investors from the UK coming over here?
You know, it's interesting actually with UK. Not really, maybe very little, but I actually had a couple of UK people approaching me to buy in LA. But due to lockdown, they cannot travel right now. So obviously because of the show, I'll be back and forth between LA and Miami, and hopefully they can travel to LA when I'm there and to purchase. But yeah, more LA than Miami, I would say, from the UK. Although, you know, David Beckham is here. There is a soccer team apparently in Miami that Beckham is the head guy. And I think that maybe helped driven a little bit couple of soccer players from overseas. And we'll see. It will be interesting to see if it makes a change with UK people.
Yeah, it was. What about, I was talking to we did a residential real estate jam session a while ago, and they were saying that Mexico City has got a good number of people coming up. Is that, you're still seeing that as well?
Yeah, actually I have a couple of clients from Mexico. Again, with COVID, things did slow down. Pre-COVID, you know, I heard complain about Mexico City with the government, and I feel like every time there is one Latin America country that has a mess with either the, you know, currency and the government and whatever, so there is always something. So Mexico was a big Miami was a big destination for people from Mexico, and still is. But again, with COVID, things did slow down to some countries, frankly, that cannot travel or have the restrictions. So I saw mostly more local people than any international buyer this time around. But before
Are
you
you
saw
finding
everybody. Yeah, no, go
are
ahead.
you seeing the international? Are they going more Miami, Fort Lauderdale? Do you know that one?
Fort Lauderdale is a very good market as well, and so is Boca and Palm Beach. I feel like those locations attract more Northeast people or Midwest. I would say the Latin American country, mostly more Miami.
Okay. All right. And of course, Tampa Bay, now that Tom Brady's there, you probably got people moving down from Miami in droves, don't
Tampa
you?
is booming too. Tampa and Orlando are booming too. I actually never been to Tampa or to Orlando, but
Yeah.
I'm happy they won. I'm a Tom Brady fan, I gotta tell you. But yeah, I don't know who
Yeah.
is buying there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been pretty mixed, but I know that Miami is getting a good number. They're starting to see a pickup with international. So one thing we forgot, Maya, is we jumped right into this, and I forgot to have you introduce yourself. So maybe we should do that right now.
Yeah, so my name is Maya. I've been doing real estate for 8 years, mostly in LA, now in Miami because we moved to Miami. Before everybody decided that Miami is cool to move, we moved before. But I've been bouncing back and forth
Followed
between
you?
LA and Miami. What's that?
So they followed you. You started it, huh?
I
Took
started the
everybody from California.
trend, a slow
Yeah, you
trend.
did.
Yeah, and everybody decided that they want to buy all of a sudden. I swear to God, I seen houses on the market here for 2 years. These like luxury $20 million houses on the water that nobody was touching them. They were selling in the last year like crazy. It's been really intense market. But anyway, I
Yeah.
bounced between LA and Miami because of the TV show. If you heard Selling Sunset, it's on Netflix. And we're about to start production very soon. So I'll be again on a plane
Was
between
this?
LA and Miami.
Sorry to interrupt you, Maya. What show is this that you're on?
It's called Selling Sunset. It's a reality show mixed with drama, I guess, because it's
My
with
sister,
girls.
I
So
know the show.
unfortunately,
Loves it. Yeah.
when you have 7 girls, it's the producer are aiming for drama more than the real estate, unfortunately. But it's been very successful, and I'm lucky and thankful to be part of it. So I'll be again between LA and Miami very, very soon.
Okay. Are you finding, and this is for anybody on here, are you finding that the international buyers, are they paying cash? Are they trying to finance? Has that been affected at all?
So most of them are paying cash, thankfully, because you could do buyer financing with as a foreign investor, but it's just more difficult, and not a lot of lenders like to lend on that. They will require a large down payment, or potentially, to make sure they have income in their country. They want to have some security versus when you have cash, it's like no problem. But it is doable as a foreign investor or a foreign buyer to do a loan here. But not a lot of lenders are down to do it. So thankfully, the ones I've dealt with, and actually, like most of my clients, I have a couple of them, well, this year more local, but a lot of them were from like overseas, and they paid cash.
Okay. All right. Now, Maya's a mother, and so she has to pick up her children here. So you might see her go out. I will put her contact information at the bottom of the video when we put it out. So feel free to reach out to Maya anytime.
Only
or
if
reach
you
out
want
to
to
me and I'll
buy.
put
If you are a fan, don't bother. I'm kidding. I don't
Go
waste my
direct.
time.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on to hear what's going on. Oh, Michael. Hey, Michael. How are you? You made her. Oh, your volume's off. You're muted. There you are. Good. We're just rolling here. You can meet Maya and Ivan.
Hi, Maya. Hi, Ivan.
Ivan's in Beverly Hills.
All right.
So, and Michael's in New York. Maya just told us about the Miami market. Sounds like things are going strong. International clients are starting to come back a little bit, and she's the queen of all real estate there. So there you go.
Right.
Ivan, you want to tell us a little about what's going on with international clients in the LA market, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So
And
I'll introduce
yourself and your company.
Absolutely. So my name is Ivan Estrada. I've been in real estate for 12 years. At Douglas Elliman for 5 of those years here in Beverly Hills, and then prior to that, I used to be a CPA. So I'm the numbers guy. what's going on in the market, in the luxury market, there's been a lot of, because of taxes, there's been some of my clients that are within, let's just say, homes of 4 to 5 million to 10 million have decided to maybe part ways with California for now. Not a lot of Florida just yet, but a lot of them have moved to Texas, Arizona, Colorado. So there's been a lot of movement in that direction. And because of that, there's a lot of inventory, I would say, in the multi-million dollar price point. There's a lot of options. A lot of my listings anywhere 4 and above have been sitting on the market for a little bit just because there's a lot to look at. And also international buyers for us, that was a lot of our big higher end properties were being sold to international buyers. And we're not seeing that. It's been, they can't get on a plane. I mean, they could get on a plane. I actually had a client from New Zealand buy a house in Los Feliz, an actor. He was filming a movie, but the whole process of coming from New Zealand to coming to LA and then going back was a whole ordeal, but he was able to make it happen. And so I would say 30 to 45% of my clientele base are international buyers. And in the last 12 months, that went down to 8%. So there's been a lot of movement, a lot of reshuffling of people who are doing still very well. Their businesses are doing very well. They have large families, and so they're moving to much bigger homes, more rooms. They want a place for a gym, for a home office, for a classroom, with a bigger pool, with a bigger yard. And so there's been a lot of reshuffling of people with wealth within the Los Angeles area. And then also we've been getting a lot of people moving from up from the North Bay and a couple of New Yorkers as well.
Okay. Now, the international clients you have, where are most of them from?
A lot of them are from Europe and the Middle East. So a lot of Middle East, years prior, a lot of Chinese, that was a big part of our clientele base right now. But I mean, the UK, we had a lot of clients from London moving to Los Angeles, a lot of clients from at some point also were a big part of our international client base, and they kind of dwindled as well. A lot of Brazilians at some point, but within the last, I would say 2-3 years, it's been Europeans and the Middle East.
Are people starting to call you saying, listen, I want to start preparing to come back? Are you getting that yet?
A couple, yeah. I did get a family that's moving from the UK. They're starting their search in October, November, but they've already started with the conversations of this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. Just start sending me things now. I'm not ready to buy. I'm not ready to get on a plane just yet, but I just kind of want to see what's going on in the market, what my options are. So when I do fly over with my kids, then, we're ready to purchase. So that has started. Because last year, that kind of pretty much went away because I think no one really knew what was going to happen.
Right. Now, are you finding these people that are contacting you, from international clients that are contacting you, are these investment properties or just second homes? What are they mostly?
Most of them are second homes, if not primary dwellings. So I wouldn't call, it's very rare when I get an investor who just wants to plant their money here. The Chinese and the Russians, when they were here, that's what they wanted to do. They would just buy and hold and leave, and they didn't even want me to rent it out for them. But a lot of these international buyers lately have been either for their primary residence, so they're moving here full time, or it's going to be a second or third home.
Okay. All right. Since Kipton referred you over, you might want to give him a quick plug here.
Oh, absolutely.
Give you some points.
Yeah. So Kipton Conkrite. So I actually met him. He was at Douglas Elliman in New York. We actually met in Miami during Art Basel. And Kipton is the guy that he's all art. He is he does amazing curating of art for any type of estate. So when you're listing a property, you go to Kipton Conkrite and he will walk through the property with you and let you know what type of art should go in this property based on what type of buyer he thinks is going to buy the property, which is incredibly important because when you're buying a high-end home, it's about curating the furniture and the art pieces that are also going to help sell the home to that prospective buyer. Because it's about, creating an environment that helps them feel at home pretty much. And that's what Kipton does.
Yep, he's phenomenal at what he does. So any of your buyers, make sure I'll put Kipton's link down below as well. So Michael, New York, what do we got going there? We've got to have some international buyers coming in there, right? Your volume's off. Yeah, unmute. Hold on, you're not there. There you go.
A bad Zoom habit. Sorry about that.
That's quite all right.
Yeah.
You want to meet Michael? Let me introduce you to Maya and Ivan. Say hi to everybody. You're one of your. If you need to refer to anybody to LA or to Miami, they're the people you can reach out to. Although I believe you work in Miami as well, correct?
I work in Miami. I'm licensed in New York and Miami and Florida.
Yeah.
Barnes has a presence in LA.
Florida.
Barnes International is we're a real estate company, but we offer synergistic lifestyle and luxury business units to our clientele as well, like yachting, art advisory, for example, family office, etc. So our clientele sort of is able to have the full picture from us, like Ivan alluded to. You know, and it's the same audience in many ways. The people buying the luxury properties want the artwork to hang on the walls, and if they're buying villas or waterfront properties, they want to sail in and sail out, for example. So, you know, it's a one-stop is sort of the way Barnes is set up. We operate in 15 countries. We have 90 agencies in 60 global locations. So not only the main cities, but also sort of sought after destinations that people want to be, like Saint-Tropez, for example, or St. Bart's. We have offices there. So we are inherently an international, and we're headquartered in Luxembourg. I was going to say France, but despite the Anglo name, we're headquartered in Europe, in Luxembourg.
Okay.
So we are inherently an international firm. We inherent built-in international clientele. And this is why when I say I felt the pain over the last year or so, we definitely, you know, we took a hit. You know, obviously many fewer people have been able to travel. So that was one thing.
Who are you seeing? Are you seeing people come back into New York City?
Oh yeah.
International buyers?
Definitely. It's a little too early to call a trend, although, you know, New York is coming back to life. New York is historically resilient. I mean, we had the original pandemic. We had, you know, the Depression. Obviously, we had September 11th. We had the financial crash. We have come back, and we had the 1970s in general. So we've come back every time, and you know, history is repeating itself. We're coming back. Things are opening up again, business and to tourism. International buyers aren't quite yet getting on planes and coming here, though some are. You know, there are some people who have been able to travel and who have been able to go back and forth, and have the wherewithal to come and see properties in person.
Can you kind of give us some guidance of where those people are mostly coming from? What countries?
Sure. I mean, I would say our core clientele is from France.
Okay.
But much of Western Europe. So we have a lot of Scandinavian clients. We have French clients. We have some German buyers. We have some Middle Eastern buyers, not as many Asian buyers as we would expect, but mainly I would say primarily Western Europe.
But you're getting more people reaching out, wanting to, you know, start taking a look at, I mean, I'm sure you're shooting videos over to people. Are you seeing that pick up now as well in New York?
Yeah, well, you know what, the new technology, the virtual tours and the 3D showings, they're not going to go away. And even though they're becoming integrated into traditional real estate buying and selling, our international buyers are a little more reticent to buy something sight unseen, you know, without coming and having the actual tangible experience. You know, so along those lines, we're expecting really a boom, you know, as the months go on and as New York continues to open up and as travel opens up, borders open up, restrictions ease, we're expecting a boom. there's been tremendous pent-up demand. To answer your question, there has been interest, phone calls, definitely. People not as willing to act just from a video or a virtual tour as even their American counterparts. You know, for example, in New York, we have, especially in the suburbs outside of New York City, we'll have a property and it'll be shown on video, and there'll be a bidding war, and there'll be a contract within a week without setting foot on the property. You know, so we've
Right.
sight unseen transaction here. You know, the
Are
international.
you guys seeing the international clients that you guys are seeing coming in? Are they high end, middle of the road? And this is for the entire panel. What are you guys seeing as far as price points?
High end.
Ivan, you?
High end.
High end?
Yep. If they're gonna
4 million and up?
that long, it's gonna be high end for a bigger property.
Yeah. Is that what you're seeing as well, Maya?
I see actually more lower price point with the condo market because a lot of them are buying part-time condo. They
Right.
just want a cool condo with a pool, and you know the prices here are so affordable. I mean, you can find a decent condo, 2-bedroom with nice view for $500,000-$600,000. Like you'll never find that in LA. So
Yeah.
I sell actually a lot of those, and I'm like, can I just get a $3 million condo guy? But
Yeah.
I sell a lot of the smaller price point because they just want a condo to come and visit twice a year, and that's what I've been really selling a lot here in Miami. Less,
Okay.
obviously, couple of high end as well, but I see a lot of the smaller price point.
Okay. Michael, what are you seeing in New York? Is it just strictly high end?
No, it's divided. I mean, the people that are able to have been able to travel and do have the comfort level to make a virtual acquisition, for example. Maybe they're a larger institutional investor, or they have they're savvy and they already have a portfolio of properties. They're a little less reticent. So those are the high-end people. The entry-level buyer or the individual investors, when I say entry level, 400, 500,000, under $1 million, let's say. And yes, you can find that in New York.
I was gonna ask, can you find something under $1 million from New York?
You can, especially
Like, you know, I
Maya's
get
a
a lot of
shopper.
clients from New York. They love obviously the loft style, right? The 2 stories, and you can find a cool loft style 2-story floor to ceiling window for like $400,000. And I'm like, in New York, it would cost probably $2 million. But
yeah. Well, what
I
you
gotta
just
run, guys.
that's 400,000 is low for what you just described, but there
Yeah,
are
it's like, yeah. And look, in LA, every condo in West Hollywood is 800,000 minimum with no amenities. So Miami is underrated. I still think very affordable. But I gotta run, guys. I hate to cut it off, but thank you, and
you,
hopefully I'll
Maya.
see you guys. Bye.
All righty. Good luck with the show.
Thank
Take
you. Ciao. Bye.
Bye. I don't know if you saw Michael. She's got to go pick up her children, so I think we can let her go for that one. Okay. All right. So you're seeing a lot of condo purchases, and Ivan, you're seeing a lot of estates that are selling.
Single family homes, yeah. So anything over
Or so, yeah.
4 million or so, yeah. The international buyer.
Are either of you guys seeing? I know you guys don't do investment sales, but are you hearing in the marketplace that people are buying investment properties, international investment properties? Probably not, right?
Not here because of our right now, because of like tenant rights. I mean, there's a lot of landlords right now who are very scared that, you know, because right now if they're not paying their rent, you can't really kick them out. And so I've had clients who were looking to buy investment property and thought, wait, not yet, because what if they don't pay their rent? And then I can't kick them out because of, you know, a government ordinance. And so, you know, on the investment side, it's really gone down for me.
If you mean incoming, do you mean incoming? International
incoming
property
incoming here in New York. I would say there's been a shift. The last year has brought about a transition. There's a little bit more caution for a lot of reasons. You know, there's the pandemic, there's the political situation, there's unrest having to do with social justice, all of the above. So there's caution, and people are a little less, international buyers I'm seeing are a little less confident to come in and make a short-term investment play. You know, what they're doing is coming in and looking for something to hold longer term. They want to park some of their, take advantage of low interest rates, currently low, still very low, ticking up a little bit, but still very good interest rates. And they want to, or they want to park some of their own liquidity in something longer term and have a portfolio piece in a historically resilient, you know, international city. So they look to New York for that, but they're less looking for short-term investment plays and to find out what the cap rate on a rental property is.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for doing this today. I think we got all of the questions answered I had. Hopefully our subscribers, I'm going to put you guys' contact information down below so they can reach out to you direct, or they can reach out to me, and I will put you in direct contact with you guys. And thank you. Thank you very much for doing this. And, you know, if any of the viewers here haven't done so, make sure you go in and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like this video too. And so thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for having us.
Take care. Bye.